Hi there, welcome to my channel. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Siobhan and I share videos about a dynamic and expressive approach to drawing the figure. So each week I share tips and techniques for figure drawing, and I share my own process as well. So if figure drawing is something you are interested in, then definitely subscribe to this channel so that we can stay in touch. Today, I wanted to talk specifically about the three aspects or components of figure drawing. I'm also going to share a process of a 20-minute sketch of the figure while I talk. I just wanted to have the chance to talk about these points and share my work in progress as I do so. So I'm drawing lately a lot from a really amazing model reel over on New Masters Academy YouTube channel. It's a model reel that features the amazing life drawing model Andrea Morani. So I'm going to leave the link to that in the description below. I also wanted to mention that I write every week on SUBSTACK about figure drawing. I'd love you to join me there as well, and I'll leave that link for you in the description as well. So on to the topic of today's video. I've mentioned in many videos here on my YouTube channel over the years, and also it's a big focus in my class on Skillshare, that a complete drawing skill set is one that integrates three components: expression, observation, and structure. These are the three key components of figure drawing that really support each other and create a holistic approach. To be very brief about it, observation means how you see like an artist. In other words, it's a way of seeing that actually goes beyond just your sense of sight. Expression is something that is rooted in your mark making and in your control over your medium to relay to us what it is you see. And structure is your understanding of the forms of your subject. So let's talk about observation. As one of the three key aspects to figure drawing, observation is usually explained by a lot of videos on YouTube as, looking at the details and really studying the forms for one reason only: to get accurate proportion and anatomy. Everyone will tell you that observation is all about looking closely and focusing on accuracy, because that is what you see, isn't it? Well, I think observation, certainly from an artist's point of view, is so much more than just seeing in a conventional way. And that means it's a way of seeing that actually includes all of your other senses, not just the sense of sight. You need to engage your tactile senses, your sense of weight and spatial awareness. You also, as I talk about a lot on this channel, need to be able to see the movement in a pose or the dynamic quality in a pose. Observation in the sense as an artist also means understanding your emotion in the moment that you're creating your work, understanding the presence and the energy that the model is giving in that moment. So it's all about trying to describe these very non-visual aspects. All of these things are non-visual, but they are very real parts of your subject. So in this sense, you could say that observation actually is how you experience your subject. And I think your present moment awareness is absolutely crucial in order to fully engage all of those other senses that I'm talking about. You can't just look at the 2D surface quality of the figure and assume that that's all that there is worth drawing. Really, over the years, throughout my 20+ years of experience of drawing the figure, I find it really interesting that by letting go of this visual 2D picture-like quality of the model, you can really transform your drawing for the better. It's very counterintuitive, but once you're willing to sort of explore observation in this way, you will be able to open up to so much more expression in those basic visual aspects. In other words, you'll find that your understanding of anatomy and your understanding of shading, light and shadow, it actually finds a much deeper level. It takes on a much richer meaning in your execution of it. And you're able to draw what you see in a much more controlled and powerful way. So you have the opportunity to experience something non-visual about the pose and bring that into the visual through your drawing. Part of your job as an artist is to see what others don't, and the other part of your job is to then express that through marks, through lines, so that we can understand or share some of what you've experienced. So with that in mind, let's talk about expression, the second important component. When it comes to expressing these non-visual aspects, such as movement, life, dynamic qualities, things like presence or weight, all of these things that are often thought of as too vague or, not important enough when it comes to figure drawing. If you do want to express these aspects, being in control of your line or your mark is vital. So learning how different marks can say or convey something about what you've experienced is going to be the most liberating thing that you could learn as a student. Control and confidence in your line work will give you a voice that you didn't know you had. And this allows you to communicate what you see every time you draw. Now, just to be clear, I am in no way saying that you have to draw like me. Obviously, I'm not. You need to find your own drawing language. But certainly, exercises that I teach here on this YouTube channel, such as gesture drawing and contour drawing, really do unlock your mark making, and they will really help you to find out how you express yourself in line. So I've got a lot of videos about gesture drawing on this channel. Have a look through it, or if you've got a specific question, make sure to drop that into the comment section. So lastly, let's talk about structure and anatomy. The human figure is a subject that everybody knows really well because we are human figures. And that's quite a unique aspect of this practice of figure drawing. Having an embodied understanding of the subject is pretty unique, but at the same time, it's something that overrides most people's sort of desire to draw in an abstract way. It kind of forces us into drawing in a way that really does focus on the 2D or the surface aspects. But I have to say, pure expression or abstraction for its own sake is not ideal either. You want to have your work grounded in the forms because that's obviously what we're doing here. We're drawing the figure. Now, do you need a medical grade anatomical knowledge to draw the figure? Of course not. Do you need to know the Latin names of muscles and bones and tendons? No, you certainly don't. Will knowing anatomy and structure help your drawing? Now that's a much more interesting question. But personally, I think that learning anatomy won't necessarily improve your drawing skills. It will improve your understanding of structure so that as you develop your drawing skill and your mark making, then your work will start to be more precise. I'd also add here that I think a lot of people tend to think that anatomy and proportion are the rules of figure drawing, and that gesture and expression is all about breaking those rules. Remember, each of these forms what I call the complete drawing skill set. So people love to say, learn the rules first and then learn to break them. Drawing naturally, expressively, following the gesture and the dynamic aspects of the pose is not about breaking rules. It's a first principle, as much as understanding structure is. I really want you to learn the way that you naturally draw first. In my experience, figure drawing students who focus first on the rules of anatomy, perspective, simplifying and conceptualizing the forms, they find it really difficult to undo that, to circle back, to draw loose and expressive. For them, every mark is measured and judged in terms of those rules. even when they're making a gesture drawing. I think it becomes much harder to unravel a strict adherence to form and to try to get expressive once you've instilled that in your drawing approach. It's much easier to draw to a rigorous formula once you've met and mastered your own drawing language. So each of these components is vital to have a fully rounded and complete drawing skill set: observation, expression, and structure. I really hope that this has helped you or this makes sense to you. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Let me know below if you've got any comments or questions about this. I'd love to hear from you. But I hope that if nothing else, this has given you some inspiration in your own drawing practice and can support you to improve your drawing. So if you've got any questions at all, just reach out to me on Substack or drop a question below in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you in the next video.